Greetings and welcome to Prosperous Universe. Before we get started, this game was provided for free by the developer. Okay, in the meantime, while we've been between the episodes, yeah, that's the way of phrasing it, we have sold a couple of BDEs at 1800 apiece. That was a nice little bit of cash coming in. We have sold some more BDEs at 1600. That was nice cash coming in. And one BDE so far at 1800, so I'll leave that one there for now to hopefully sell the end. That's been giving us a little bit of income. We also in the process have bought one aluminium at 500. There's a reason for that, I'll point that in a minute. And a cotton fabric at 1700. Again, talk about that in a moment. And we placed an order for water at really low prices because the price of the market was low, but quite frankly it's not going to get that low again, so I'm going to remove that for now. We actually don't need the water, it's just price was really low and I got there a little bit late. Anyway, so we've got one BDE set to sell, we've got the polysulfate, which it probably isn't going to sell in reality, not for a while anyway. And we've got the polyethylene, which is at 7, which I believe is not going to sell for a while. Yeah, price is down at 520, parameters at 580, yeah, we're way up here at 7. It's a reasonable price. If we need to drop it down, we can always come down here and get, 5,200, so it's not too big an issue if we want to drop down. Although we do have 1,000 and they're like 10,000 right there. Wow. Someone's producing an overly large amount that they don't use. Okay, although for us we mostly use our own polyethylene anyway. Okay, water right now, we could sell it for 12. Sure. Not worth it right now to sell, we might as well hold on to that. Okay, so if we look at our production chain, it's looking a little bit empty. In the last few hours, we've cut through quite a few items. It's been about 24 hours or so, maybe a bit longer than that, since the last episode. And as you can see here, we've run down our production queue. So in 3 hours, we have nothing in the materials plant. We have nothing in the fountain in 10 hours. Our drinking water kicks in a bit later than that. Saint's complaining right now about input materials, and because it needs 100 water. Yeah. And it's going to have 2 days, well, so tomorrow sometime. In the meantime, we're going to get 32 units here, 32 units there. If we don't get enough, I might go and buy the water just to top it up. If that's not the case, if it's so close, I'll buy it. If it's quite far off, I'll just drop the value down from 70 to maybe a lower number, just to make sure we have the water for it. I'll keep an eye on it though. Over here we have our production. Now this production here, the 2 BDE, the BTA, the BBH and the BSE, those are for this. So the BDE is 2 BDE, the 1 BTA, the 2 BSEs, 12 BSEs I'll come back to in a minute. The BBH sat there, 2 of those. That's because we have already in stock the BBH and the BSEs. But what I want to do, back to the production, these 12 BSEs here, these have a very particular job. I need 12 of them because the 12 BSC, because I want to build over in resources. What I'm thinking of building is a second rig, and we need 12 BSC for it. The reason being that waters are quite close to the limit. I figure a second rig would not only allow us access to guaranteeing our water supply, but at the same time it would allow us to sell the excess water, which we've been doing for a little bit of a profit regularly. And also potentially ship it out to another planet, because a lot of planets out there have a water shortage as well, so it gives us a bit of flexibility there to either sell it or to use it. So rather than being really close all the time, we can do this. I'm thinking about getting a second rig up and running. Once second rig's up and running, I don't know what we'll do next. Either invest in another prefab or base mineral plant. I don't know what we'll invest in next, or we expand our production again to something else. It's always nice to have extras, so I don't know what we'll move into next, but we'll investigate that. But in the meantime, we are going to, however, need to get some things queued up here. So we should be able to make some. We have 14 PWO. If we make some more PWO, we could sell some and keep some in stock. That would be useful. So what does PWOs require? I have a list of things I want to build, but I don't know what they actually require. PWO. You require polygon unit and cotton. Okay. And I have 1 cotton there, so we can make 1 of those, no problem. Pop that in the queue. Next on my list is some exoskeletons. Now we don't need exoskeletons ourselves, but they are needed for other people, for tier 2 settler stuff. So tier 2 machinery. I figure we'll make some of those, pop in the market, see if they sell. If they do, great. If they don't, well, we'll hold on to it a bit longer, maybe ship them to another planet. So it's worth a starting try. We also have the aluminium. That's what the aluminium I purchased was for. So we have the aluminium in, we have the overalls in from earlier, because we have 10 overalls there. We need 10 overalls. That's fine. You know what? Actually, no. We need 10 overalls to supply our crew. So how about we do an actual overall build first? Because we actually have the materials for an overall. We need to have like 12 overalls per day. Put it down there a minute. Go to the. So how much does overalls cost us to make overalls? We're using RCO. Well, we have an RCO there. We've got another RCO coming online soon. What we could do is make the RCO now instead of the PWO. Yes, let's do that. Let's cancel the PWO. Let's make the thing, but we can make 2 of them in a row. We can do that in 14 hours, and we've got 10 in stock now, so we actually don't have to worry about payments for a while. So that'll be done. So when that's done, ooh, we got to do 2. Okay, cancel that. Do 1 at a time. Boop boop. There we go. That will get us the overalls we need for there. A second lot of overalls, just because we can have them. But once we have the overalls in, we can do the PWO next, because I want them to in the stock. Then get the exoskeletons in, if we can. And then we should do some MCG. Yes, let's do MCG. How much MCG can we make? Okay, we can make 200 MCG. Boom, that's our pretty much our stock done. That should keep us happy actually for a while. Keep an eye on those. That overall should be done. We use 12 a day, so I think we're not going to be selling these. We use 10 in the exoskeleton. That's not an issue though. Okay, how about our farm? Well, the farm, we need to start producing the actual goods. And I think we have in our rations, 40 rations. We have enough rations to last us a while now. And we have another 80 coming online tomorrow. So I don't think we're short for a while. I think we now make the full 12 batches for all the products. So what the first one was, it was nuts. Yeah, 1 to 12. Make me one of them. Good. And then it was GRNs. It's the one with the more water goes in. And we need to make that up to 12. So that will be 4. Ooh, 3. 3. That's 12. Good. And then finally the beans, I believe it was, with the 6 water. Same amount. Good. Boom. There we go. Excellent. So that's the farm in place. Now, do we need anything else after the farm's in place? You know, for now, let's leave it empty. We can add to that later on. We got a few days worth of processing there. The food processor, on the other hand, what can you make? What can you make? Drinking water. We can make rations. We should set up the rations. Actually, what's the skew on this? You're tomorrow sometime. And you're there. We don't have any spare food, so making rations wouldn't really work. In 1 day 50. Yeah. Okay, so in 1 day 50, I'll be honest, so that's 2 days, 50 minutes. We're not going to have the actual materials in place by then. Yeah, that's not going to be right by then. We can't. If I were to put in, say, the actual product, which would be you, and say make the units like 12 worth, which we'll have with this material here. That would be great, but it's going to have a problem where the rations are done tomorrow, and then the drinking water is done. The drinking water gets done in 1 day 50. So we'll say 2 days 50 minutes. But the thing here is, in 2-3 days 50, 60. Yeah, in 2 days 60 minutes. So in 3 days, yeah, that's hours. Sorry, 2 days 10 hours 2 days 11 hours away. That ain't gonna work. Maybe 2 days 11 hours. I'll queue it up and I'll monitor it. So if that gets really close, I will cancel this and drop some more drinking water or something on top. But that's gonna be somewhere around the 2 day, 2 days 10 hours ish, and that's gonna be 2 days 50 minutes ish, because the tomorrow doesn't really help you work out the calculation. That could be 23 hours away. It could actually even be like maybe 30 hours away. So it's really hard to tell when it just says the word tomorrow, and in the details it doesn't give you any information, so it's kind of hard to work that one out. Okay, well over here we have the 12 BSE going in. Now the idea with these is I need to buy, and I need to look into. I need to buy some iron. Actually, you need to buy all 12. Now I've put a request out on the organisation for iron, so hopefully there's going to be a ship arriving soon with some iron in it, but we do have a few hours before we start that, so if not we'll go buy it at retail price, but I'd rather buy it at from the internal organisation if we can. I think once that's done, actually, not you. I think once that one's done, we should just switch back to our BDEs again, because BDEs are what's making us the money. We should make another 2 units straight out of the bat. There we go, 2 and 2. We have the polyethylene for it, so it's not an issue there. But if we keep making them in 2s for now, we can sell them as they come in, so it's useful. And the water's coming in. I've reduced the water to produce just under a day, so that's good. Also, in the meantime, while we've been waiting around, we got ourselves a new construction expert. We now have 3 of them, so that's altered all of our time. So we get to go to the spreadsheet and alter our production times, which is actually really. I find it fun. I find it playing with the spreadsheet quite interesting. So the BBH is now 7:15. Let's go look at our spreadsheet. Spreadsheet BBH now equals 7:15. Look at that. It drops down by a few minutes. 7:15. Next on the list is the BDE is 6:36. So you are 6:36. BSE is 5:30. And finally the BTA is 3:18. There we go. So the prices have now been adjusted, and it's still pretty profitable to make all of these actually. BBH isn't too bad, but the BDE is still the big seller if you can sell it at 1700, which we do actually quite often sell it around 1700, so it's making a lot of money for each sale, which is really good. Okay, you can go away now. Okay, so we've got our production queue set up, we have our next production queue set up. I'm not sure what to do next. I mean, actually, we should probably just actually make some more RCO and keep making PWOs and selling it. It's a possibility, actually. You know, I'm going to queue up a couple of PWOs. A couple of RCOs. RCO there. Just give me 2. So it takes a day to do them, but if we run low anything, we can pop in the RCO, make some PWOs, and hopefully be selling those for profit and fun. If this all plays out, I will drop some more drinking water straight after that, but I won't know how it's going to lay out until after the rations start up, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that one. But the aim is to make constant drinking water and ration rotation, because that's really all this machine does, is drinking water and rations, with a couple of extras, but nothing that really, right now, we can't make coffee because we can't get the calf. It's really expensive. We can't really get, these aren't selling yet, and we can't really get these materials, so the HER, MTP, we can't make those currently, so it's just a matter of resource gathering. Okay, so that's all of that. But the current plan, pop you there a minute. The current plan is to go to the base, go to resources, go to rig please, back to production, drop you there. So the current plan is to build these 2. Build a Pioneer hub, so we can actually build our, get more staff in. That's what these are for. And then the rig is just that one there. That's the current plan. So it's going to be interesting. Now, obviously, I can change my mind on the rig, but we definitely need the Pioneer habitat, so we'll need that regardless. So the plan is to build that first, and then just before we buy that, I will reevaluate and see if the rig is the best option. If you have any suggestions of another building to go with, I still think water would be good, but if you have any better suggestions, something to bump up first or additional production to add, do let me know in the comments. It will be quite helpful. Okay. So in our flight list over here we have our BBH and BSE, which are nicely cozying up over there. We have all of our materials, good, everything's looking pretty good. In our market we have these. Now I do say I have the iron, so the iron currently is selling for iron 470, which is not a bad price, but I do need 12 of them, so it will be a little bit higher. But it's not a bad price, so I may end up buying from the main market. Probably around tomorrow sometime if we need to, but that's that. So Just out of curiosity, how much does cotton cost for the? Is it cotton? Yeah, 1,700 to buy cotton, which allows us to make stuff. What about calf? Agricultural product. Calf. Calf makes the coffee, and it's selling for 889. Yeah, it's still a little bit on the pricey side right now. Could do with that dropping down to around, well, 771, 772 is a nice price. Even just straight 800 would be actually a good price to have it at. So, possibility there. I may put an order in for. You know what? If we were to buy it in, if we were to buy calf in at straight 800, that's a 7. Straight 800. What would I bring our coffee production down to? Coffee. We could make some decent money on that if we brought it down to that. And if it sold up, if that sells. See, the thing is, we'd end up using 2 of them in our own production because our people would take them before we can even sell them. So we'd make 1 sale. It costs us 271 to make. We'd sell 128. It just discounts it, so it's not bad if we can sell it. But we would use 0.6 in our own production. That would put our cost up to 270. And wow, that just skyrockets our prices because of the price of it. 301. What? 301? We can make it for 271. Oh right, because we don't use it. It's not in the list of automatic stuff. 1 second. Coffee. It's dark coloured and it's not in the list. Why is it not in the list? Red, PWO, coffee. There it is. It's in red because it sets the price at 271, but you are not priced, so 271.39. That's not how our numbers work. There you go. Alright, so if we were to put 06 in there, it's still the most expensive item in our chain. And I don't think it's going to give us any real benefit in our production chain, so we'd have to. I think it's worth an investigation. Maybe we can make some coffee in the short space of time, just 1 batch, get all of the numbers in for the high value here, which actually wouldn't be bad to get all those numbers in on all the values to see what the full luxury, because it's one of them things where it might actually be better now that we have more production running, because before it wasn't better. We checked it out, the numbers didn't add up. The numbers said outright that it was better to not run coffee, but maybe now we have more production running, that doesn't apply anymore. Maybe it's worth an investigation. Let's do a stock update anyway, because it's now the 24th. So what is our supply? Go back to production, please. It's got a nice big stock window. Drinking water's at 59. Rations are at 48. Overalls are at 10. Coffee we don't have. PWO is at 14. There we go. PWO is still good for 23 days. Overalls are good for 6 days, and our drinking water and rations are just under 4 days. So that's not too bad. We don't have to worry about those for a while because our production queue is here. We'll be producing a lot more rations very shortly and a lot more drinking water within those 7 days, so we're not short on those at all. Alright, I think we've got to a nice point where we don't need to do anything else today. Base is looking good. Everything's queued up there. Our flight's not doing anything, and marketplace is all looked up. 1 BD to go. I might end up dropping an extra BD, these BDs a little bit higher in the queue maybe, just to get some more sales in, because it'll help us get the iron. Our current bank balance, by the way, is 5,098. So we've had a fair amount of money just in the recent days from selling stuff. According to our profit margin things, we're making money. Look at that. We lost money previous period. The last period, however, we made some 5,000. In the current period, we've made 4,100. So we're getting closer. We're making more money each time, which is great to see. Most people buy our stuff in large batches anyway. But yeah, I think we're looking pretty good on all the fronts right now. Okay, let's go and drop that money. So 5098 on the 24th of the 6th, 19, and it was 5098. And the number is still 495 because we don't spend any of that yet until we get a ship out that way to do stuff. But there we go, making the money. Oh, we had the money before, but we didn't spend a lot of it. Yeah, of course we do. But anyway, let me know what you think of the production, what you think of our chain, and anything we can add to this list, or a new production building, or extending one of these. So personally, I want to extend either the basic material plant, the pre-powered plant, which is actually one of my favourites to expand because we make money on that one, or the rig, which I think would actually be a good one to expand. These two are my favourite to expand. Or we go for a brand new building. So new building to make some new stuff. Let me know what you think on that matter, but until next time, comments in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!